Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Hello. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Lantaka RDA, the Lantaka. Just a quick disclaimer, we're just going to do the full review on here live, and then I will edit the whole video, all that stuff, add in all the up-close shots and all that, and then re-upload it to my channel. So we will put that link in the description as well as soon as it's uploaded. But yeah, this is just a chance for you guys to kind of have some input on what you guys want to know and all that kind of stuff as well. I'll keep the chat and everything in my one as well, so that you can actually see the questions that are being asked, because generally we answer without reiterating the question, so just a little bonus. So this is Cam, the other half of the vaping iwi. It's going to be a bit weird to have this on my channel, and you guys are going to see the vaping iwi and all that stuff. But so this is the other side of what I do. But yeah, awesome. Let's dig into it.
Let's start.
All right.
You want me to start with pros and cons, or?
No. So first off, what do we know about it? So the Lantaka comes in brass color, so like a gold. It comes in a matte black finish. It also comes in
a nice stainless steel.
A nice stainless steel, very well polished stainless steel, as well as the drip tip being a 19mm diameter drip tip as well. So it's basically almost the same size as the deck. It is a 22mm RDA. It's got a no, you better show your one. It's got a velocity style deck with quite massive
post
holes. They are 3mm by 4mm, so same as the avocado.
Yep.
What else?
Quality, honestly.
Yeah, the quality of the RDA is quite stunning.
Yep.
It's because of its simplistic design. It's not hard to get something like that to correct, but it's just a nice, easygoing design. It does have adjustable airflow as well, so you can open and close it if you want to have a little jig of that.
I don't know if it's gonna show it up.
Yeah, so you can see the metal going past there. So it is only for dual coils. You wouldn't be able to
single coil.
You wouldn't be able to single coil it at all. Just because of the airflow being so huge on this RDA, that the other side you just wouldn't get, it'd just kind of, it would be too airy, way too airy. You can build, crazier stuff in there. So I've got 4 parallel coils in there, 2 in the center, so 1 and then 1 underneath that one, and then 2 on the sides as well. So you can build crazy builds in there as well, and they do fit. I believe, Cameron, you've built some
center posts,
coils as well.
Straight through the center. I'll send you the photo for
the actual review.
Yep.
Which is cool.
And I mean, you can actually put quite wide builds as well for a 22mm.
Yeah, it's a very open build deck for a 22mm. You do have quite a lot of build room. It is on the more spacious side of a 22 as compared to some of the ones that I have seen. The 510 pin is protruding. It is not hugely protruding, so I wouldn't recommend it with hybrids if you're not accustomed to hybrids. I will do a close-up shot of that in the actual review, but you can see that the 510 there is quite short, but still it's alright on hybrids. You just need to know the safety with them. Loving it. There we go.
Alright, so I'll unbox that quickly. So it does come with quite a lot of accessories or little goodies. So you do get a nice Allen key. This is actually really well, I guess quality wise is really good on it. It does compare with the ones you do get with the avocado, so nice quality and doesn't thread. You do get 3 O-rings, so there's a couple there, You also get more Allen screws, 4 of them. I don't know if it'll show up, but there's 4 down the bottom and another O-ring. And also they do give you 2 coils. Personally, I wouldn't use these coils. I don't know if you've tried them.
Yes, I have. They're not fantastic. I would recommend building your own coils if you're going to be procuring one of these yourselves. These coils that always come with the RDAs are always kind of a bit shoddy, except for another RDA, which we will talk about at another point in time.
On the show.
Yeah, on the show itself. But yeah, so they're generally made out of nichrome or a cheaper canthal. You generally find out that if you fire them for a while, they'll go green, which is not cool. They oxidize, basically. But yeah, that's about the design of it and the exterior and how it looks. It looks amazing on 22mm mods, less so on 24s just due to the underhang, but there you can see it on the Aria Fusion, and it is nice and
really good.
matchy with the matte black and the matte black. But yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. So I guess with that, we'll quickly move into first of all, the cons that either of us have found. Both of us have very different views on it. We have been using it for
over a month and a half, almost 2 months.
Yeah, about a month. About a month now. So we both had time to try different things in it. Also see how well it copes with everything. But it is quite a decent RDA there. So I'll let you start off with your cons, and then I'll move into mine, and then we can go over the pros.
So I've only got one real big con, or 2 actually, but the main one that I have is airflow. There is a lot of it, so if you are into your larger airflows, then that's good for you. But personally, I like a tighter draw when it comes to RDAs, get more flavor. And the other thing is the drip tip is a bit too big in my opinion. I mean, it would be cool if they came with like a smaller adapter that you could thread in there and use. That would be one of the things that I would look for. Yeah,
different options for the top of the actual the top of the RDA, because it is pretty massive.
It's huge. Yeah.
It's very open. I see that working both ways though.
Yeah,
for sure. Any other cons at all, or
that's just
about
that airflow mainly?
Fair enough. For me, myself, a bit different. The airflow is alright. There's a whole OCD triggered by the 2 triangles. I'll do a close-up of that, but the 2 triangles there, it'd be nice if you could just close off just the 2 triangles and not... the circles, because what I've found, at least for me, what works best in terms of the vaping experience is having 1 triangle and 2 holes open. But what they could have done is given you a separate airflow ring that has a shorter distance between the actual opening, so that it just closes off the triangles, and it looks so much better.
Yeah, so much. The OCD is
as
real.
Small as that is. The other thing that does bother me, and it's to be noted, is the juice well. So the juice well is actually split completely. There is nothing connecting the 2. There's no gap in between there. So the juice basically will not be even across the whole RDA. Another thing as well is that the juice well, although still being deep-ish, is quite shallow. It is about a 5 to 6 millimeter juice well. So it isn't the deepest juice well that's out there. In terms of what you could do to change that airflow that we were talking about with that drip tip, you could possibly get a chuff cap, a 22mm chuff cap, just chuck it on there, and it would more than likely fit if you can pass me the Sub-Zero. The smaller one. Woo! So something like the Dot Mod caps would fit.
Yeah.
You'd probably just need to change the O-ring, as that's loose as a goose. But yeah, so if you were to change the O-ring, you could actually use it like that, and that would be a bit more restrictive, and you'd probably get a bit of better experience out of that. So any 22mm fitting chuff cap would fit on there.
Would the Limitless chuffed fit? Do you have your Limitless here?
Limitless, no.
That's 24, so no.
That's a 24mm on the Limitless versus the 22 on the actual RDA.
Yeah.
Whoops.
So we want to move into cons, or have you got another?
That's my cons, so we'll move into
Pros.
pros.
That's the one.
I'll let you go first.
Okay,
mate.
so be it that the con that was mainly my con is the airflow. If you're putting a warm build in here, the airflow is actually really good. So that is another pro as well as a con for me. The flavor I get from it is really, really good. And also the actual drip tip being that size and the airflow being wide open, you can actually chuff really well.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you feel me on that. The quality of the actual build, like the quality of all of it, is really, really nice. All the etching is perfect. Yeah, that's really it for me. The post holes are awesome. Airflow is a bit wide, but still good if you're building those warmer builds.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's really it on my end.
Sweet. For me, pro is the airflow. It's a big pro. It's very airy. That nice crazy build I've got in there just doesn't even struggle to get the air that it needs. Another thing as well is also the build compatibility due to those post holes. The 3x4mm that's seen on Avocado 24,
Yep.
As well as the new Limitless Plus, as well as the Limitless RDA, and all that kind of stuff. It's just nice, big, unrestrictive in terms of builds. I mean, I've got, I think, 4 leads sitting in each one of mine, or 2, yeah, no, 1, 2, 3, 6. So I've got 6 leads sitting in either top and bottom holes on either side, and it still fits them. So, you know, that's great as well. You know, the potential of this RDA is, you know, we're barely touching it. We haven't gotten any aliens or any crazy stuff in ours, but that will happen eventually, and we will probably touch base on it on our show. But yeah, it's all round. It's a good RDA. Funnily enough, generally when you hear fully open airflow, you will straight away think about lackluster flavor. That's not the case with the Lantaka at all. Personally, I believe it's because of the proximity of the coils to your actual, to your mouth, and the fact that there is no chimney, there's nothing stopping the coil from getting that vapor to you. That's why it's so good in terms of flavor. But yeah, I think.
So, are there any questions on the Lantaka, and then we'll move on to what's been asked?
Yeah. So we'll leave the other questions for the end of the show. But yeah, so if there's any questions on the Lantaka, now's the time. If not, that's pretty much a wrap up. It vapes great, by the way. We didn't really say much about that, but it does vape great.
Nice clouds and flavor.
Decent clouds, flavor, all that stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. So if you guys don't have any questions, then we'll pretty much
answer what's in the chat.
Buying a Limitless RDTA Plus on the Limitless 200 watt box mod. Do you already have the Limitless box mod or not. That's probably what I was going to say first.
Yeah.
In terms of how they look, if Cam can just pass me the plus with the nice blue. So now we'll get off the whole like review side and get into the whole
The Ragnar's
vaping
in the other room.
Yeah, Ragnar's in the other room, brah.
I can go grab it if...
So yeah, it's great. Since you already have one, I'm sure you love your navigation system on the actual device itself. But yeah, no, it looks great, works great, you know, all that stuff. I have no problems with it. What would I say? To be honest, I say go get a Limitless XL and use it as an RTA. It just seems to do well as well. Just another option, really. It's more what you're into, what you fancy the look of. The black XL, which I don't have, would look sick on here, just because it would match the black. But yeah, I mean that looks pretty good. It's proportionate, and that's the biggest thing. You know, it's actually the same kind of. It kind of stands in with that mod.
It's not too proud yet.
Yeah, it's not too proud, but it's still proud.
Yeah.
Versus the other. Well, I mean, depends if you're using a drip tip like this or not, but yeah. Any other questions, guys, or are we just gonna sign off pretty much now? Because we kind of just wanted to get that Lantaka review out of the way. We thought, why not do it live in case you guys had questions? But in the end, you know, I'll just upload it with all the fancy schmancy up close footage of it, nice and clean, and it'll be on my channel, and it will be in the link below. On that note, if that's it, then that's us.
That's us.
Toodaloo.
You want to sign out? Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Yeah. Let's stray away from the review. I'm gonna use this.
Yeah. Okay,
Because-
that is beautiful.
You know. Oh. Anyway, see you guys.
See you later.
Bye.